Hey guys, welcome to this beginner's course sequence. I should be around 40 minutes, so let's have a go. Follow me, make sure you've got everything you need. So we're going to begin the session in a comfortable seated position. Whatever that means for you, as long as you're comfortable. And whilst you find that position of alignment, head over chest over pelvis, closing the eyes, and taking these few moments to ground down into the space, wherever you are. We'll take ourselves into the breath now. Noticing the expansion on the inhale and the deflation on the exhale. And starting to bring that even breath now into the body. So an even inhale and exhale. From there, you can flutter the eyes open. We're going to take the hands down beside us and we'll work with those 3 breaths, bringing the hands up to the sky and down. So, first breath. And really trying to make the breath count at the same time as the arms reach at the top, end of the inhale, and as the hands reach the earth, end of the exhale. One more, feeling every single vertebrae. From there, we're going to work into that twist to the right side. So we're taking the left hand onto the right knee, and the right hand will go behind us. If you need a block, you need to bring the earth closer to your hand, then by all means, try that. And if you'd like a different seated position, of course you can work with that as well. So we're working into the twist, inhaling the length, and exhaling the softness. Inhaling the length, exhaling into the twist. One more breath here. And then we'll gradually make our way out of that twist and take it to the opposite side. Remember, you can keep your legs exactly as they are, comfortable seated, whatever's right for you. Working into the twist to the left side now. Taking the arms round. Inhaling length, exhaling into the twist. Finding softness wherever you can, through the legs, through the shoulders. Final breath here. And then we can come back 3. You can cross the legs the opposite direction. And we're going to work with those side stretches. So we'll take the right hand down to the earth. The same thing, if you like to bring the earth higher, then you can use a block or a book. So we're inhaling the left side over the top, or if you're following me, you can mirror me. So whilst you're looking up here, we're just mindful that we're not hunching over, that we're trying to keep the chest space open, looking up to the sky, and then working within the body there. Inhales bring the length, exhales bring the softness. So if you've gone too far, if you make your way down here and you feel your bottom starting to lift, you've gone too far. So just always be mindful of that. Last breath here. And we're going to pendulum all the way over the top and take it to the opposite side. Even breaths. Really breathing into that rib cage. Last breath here. And exhale. Okay, going back through centre, head, over chest, over pelvis. So from here we're going to work into the forward fold of your choice. So you're welcome to have the knees up. When you work into the forward fold, I'm going to show you from the side position so you can see clearly here. So we're really thinking about length up through the spine, inhaling up, and then gradually we lower the torso forward. So it's a hinging motion here, not crunching up motion. So we're going to find that length, and then we find the movement forward. See how far you'd like to go with this. Never forcing anything, knowing that the breath guides you. So the inhale brings the length, the exhale can bring maybe just a little bit more movement. Be subtle about this, work within your own body. Wherever you've got to right now, you're welcome to just surrender the head down. Take a couple of moments here. And from there, we gradually start stepping the hands up. We come into staff pose. Feeling the alignment once more. And then we bring the knees under. And we're going to come over into a tabletop position here. So find your tabletop position. Hands, wrists roughly beneath shoulders, knees roughly beneath the hips. So find that, make sure you're comfortable there, wide fingers. And from here, we're going to start working into the cat-cows. So we're inhaling the cow, exhaling the cat. Completely allow the breath to guide you here. Really thinking about the vertebrae. And as you move into this, you might find a little bit more space to work into. Complete one more cat-cow. And then we'll push down onto the knees. We're going to work with the wrists for a moment now. So you can follow me. Just some gentle work into the wrist. Always remembering to warm up your wrists the best you can before the class. And remember a tip of folding the mat up a little bit to alleviate some tension there. If you need to work into the wrist at any point, please do. If you need to pause the video at any point as you work into a pose, please do. So from here, we're going to work into the tiger pose variation. So the first stage, tiger pose. We'll bring the right foot back, and then we're lifting that right leg. So it feels comfortable for you. If you've taken it too far and you're feeling that impingement in the back, then just lower it down a little bit. Find your balance here. If you're feeling good, you've got a still point in front of you, then you can bring that left arm out in front. And you can work with that balance of the body, feeling it through the core muscles, noticing as the body tries to correct itself. Even breaths here. Can we do 3 breaths in this position? When you've completed, we'll take the hand down and we take the knee down as well. So you might need a little stretch there for a moment. We're going to take it over to the opposite side now. So we've got the tiger on the opposite side, lifting that leg, finding your point of balance, lifting the opposite arm. When you get there, you're going to try and work with 3 breaths. Keep it even. Thinking about the engagement. You can do this. When you've completed your 3 breaths, you can replace the hand and gradually replace the knee. And then from here, we're just going to come all the way down into a beautiful child's pose. Find the forehead to the earth here. In this child's pose, work with about 5 breaths, nourishing breaths, taking the breath to the lower back, feeling the expanse of the breath of the lower back if possible. And remember, in child's pose, there's always options. If the arms out front are too strong, you can always put one hand on top of the other. Or you can go into a really nice, nourishing, completely relaxing child's pose with the hands next to the feet. And the other variation of the child's pose is, of course, wide knees. So from your child's pose, we're going to gradually make our way into a downward dog pose. So I'll meet you there in the downward dog. So I'll show you from the front so you can see my shoulders. So just rolling the shoulders away from the neck. Head hangs loose down between the arms. And if I'm showing you from the side, the toes tuck, and then we're lifting the knees, engaging the core, and then taking the bottom back. So working into your downward dog. Have a lovely pedal through for a few moments. And from this downward dog, we're going to go into a plank pose and lower it straight down to the earth. Okay, so we're in downward dog. We take it through into plank. If your hands aren't right there, take them forward. From plank, we lower down, knees, and then lowering the upper body down, super slow so you can feel it, and the forehead's going to meet the earth. Tuck the chin here in this lying down position so that the forehead's really meeting the earth. And then the next inhale, we're inhaling mini cobra, lifting the head. And when you're ready, we're going to exhale that mini cobra down. From here, just have a complete relax, let the body surrender to the mat. So feeling the weight of the body, the spread of the body, releasing any tension in the buttocks. Okay, from here, we're going to inhale up, and we're going to, this time, take ourselves all the way up and back over. Just for a moment, child's pose, temporary child's pose. And then from the child's pose, we'll gradually make our way into the downward dog once more. Pedaling through downward dog. See whether you can take the hips just a little bit further back if you're not feeling that stretch. And then we're going to gradually start stepping forward towards the front of the mat. And we're coming into a deep forward fold here. So you can shake the head a bit, maybe shake the arms, whatever you need to do. I'll show you from the side position as well. So side position, you've got a bit of a bend in the knees. You might even have a big juicy bend in the knees. You come all the way over. See what feels right. This is about hinging from the hips with the forward fold. Allow the head to be heavy. Little shake of the head. And then we're going to inhale, halfway lift. And this time we'll take the arms all the way up to the sides. We've got aeroplane arms engaging the triceps. One more deep inhale here before you exhale it down. And from here we're going to make our way all the way up to the top, pushing through all four corners of the feet. And we gradually make our way all the way up to the sky. Fingers to the sky now. Feeling that from the heels to the fingertips and all the space in between. Beautiful reach there. One more big inhale from here. And we'll exhale the arms down to the side. Bringing the arms all the way down. Let's just take a moment here, mountain pose, closing the eyes down. Coming into the breath. Coming into the body, noticing the sensations of the body. And noticing the mind. And then considering your balance. Where are you right now in space? So maybe bring in a little bit more alignment there. You're now in the standing position. Head over chest, over pelvis, over feet. Feel that strong alignment. Excuse me. So from this position, we're going to make our way into our first warrior. So opening the eyes now, we'll create our first warrior position. So warrior one, we're going to bring the right foot forward, planting those feet. Now if you're in too much of a single line here, like this, you're going to be too wobbly. We're not on tight ropes. We've got these lovely, big, juicy, squishy mats. So let's make the most of them. And we'll create some great warriors here. So you can have the palms together at heart center to begin with. Think about, if you can, to bring the heart shining forward or the same direction of the mat. That's a good place to start. I'm just going to turn my position so you can see me from the side position as well. Making sure that back foot is in good alignment with the knee. Okay, from this warrior, we're going to be inhaling all the way up to the sky. And we've got 3 breaths here. So you're inhaling at length, at gracefulness. Exhaling, and we're really feeling the foundations of the feet here. So the foundations, you're pushing into the feet, feeling that engagement through the legs. And when you've completed the 3rd breath, you can exhale the hands down. And we're going to move directly into Warrior 2. So we're bringing the arms up now. Always have a quick check. Pivot that back foot so it's parallel with the back of the mat if it's not already. And then checking you've still got that strong leg down the front. Sometimes it can change when you adjust. So ensure you've got that strong leg. Looking through central finger here. We've got 3 breaths in Warrior 2 position. The same thing, we're pushing into the feet, we've got the foundations working up, engaging the legs, keeping those even breaths. When you've completed that 3rd breath, you can just release the hands down. And we can heel toe together, whatever you need to do. And we're going to come. You're already at the top of the mat, I assume, but I've been moving around a little bit. So we've completed that Warrior 2. We're going to inhale all the way up to the sky. And exhale all the way down here. Forward fold, bend in the knees. Take yourself down. And from there we make our way into Downward Dog. So step the feet back. Make your way Downward Dog here. Pedaling through for a few moments. And then from this Downward Dog, we're going to be stepping back up towards the top of the mat. And you've got that big deep forward fold. We're ready to come halfway lift. So halfway lift, you've got those aeroplane arms, bringing them in, feeling the triceps. Next inhale, we'll exhale all the way down to the earth. Deep forward fold, let the head hang loose, let gravity pull it down. And then we're going to make our way up, pushing through the feet. And we're coming all the way up to the sky. And then we'll exhale, palms down to heart center. So this time we're going to be taking the left foot back, I believe. So it's, is that right? No, I'm taking the right foot back this time. So this time we're coming from the front of the mat to the back of the mat, basically. And we're working with the opposite foot to the front. So find your strong foundations there. If you're feeling slightly out of line, just make it a bit wider. Never be afraid to make any alterations that you need to. Feeling strong in your beautiful warrior legs, you can then bring it up. And we're going to be working for 3 breaths here. into the warrior two. We're taking the arms out, we're pivoting that back foot, we're maintaining the strength in that front leg. The hands are shoulder height, and we're looking through central finger. Allow everything to become blurry around you. We've got 3 breaths here. Keeping engagement in the legs, keeping the breaths even. And when you've completed the 3rd breath, well done. We'll just release the hands there. Heel toe together. Have a bit of a shake about. Beautiful. We're going to make our way into the mountain pose to prepare us for tree pose now. If you prefer to be closer to a wall, then please make that option. Find something where you feel more safer. And from here, we're going to close the eyes just for a moment. And I'd like you to visualize the inhale of the breath going all the way up into the hair, into the branches, and your exhale is going to go all the way down into the feet and into the earth here. Roots growing down into the earth. Feeling that solid foundation of the tree. We're going to use the left leg as your supporting leg to begin with, and that means that the right leg becomes soft and lighter. When it does, then you can kickstand position with the right foot and find your balance here. Find a focal point in front of you that is still. And then it's up to you where you want to take this. So take the option that is preferable for you. And when you have, you're really just keeping that even breath, softness in the shoulders. See how that feels. You're welcome to take this a little bit further if you'd like to, but you can keep the arms where they are. You can take your choices. So we're working with tree stand for roughly 30 seconds once you're up there. See how that feels. And if at any point you need to come down, just come back up again. But just make sure you're always setting yourself up. You've got that strong supporting tree-like leg. Okay, I've lost track of time here. So I'm just going to gradually let that foot go and have a little bit of a release into the hips and the feet and the knee before we take it to the other side. Once more, setting yourself up. Right foot, supporting leg. Left foot becomes lighter. Create the kickstand position. Focal point in front of you. Roots of the supporting leg going all the way down to the earth. You feel strong, you are strong. When you're ready, take your option. Mindful of that knee. If it's towards the front, that's okay. That's what's right for your hip. You can gradually start bringing that to the side a little bit, but you don't need to force anything out here. So always be kind to yourself, considering what your body's needs are, please. Maybe have a big smile here, you might be concentrating like me. Just remember to breathe, please. Of course, if 30 seconds is too long, you've come down, it's absolutely fine. You can build up to these things. So once more, have a good release here of the hips. And from here, we're going to go into our chair pose. I'll actually demonstrate the chair pose from the front to begin with, and then I'll cue you from the side position. So with the chair, we're inhaling up to the sky and exhaling down to your chair. So we'll work with that together. We're going to work there for 3 breaths. So we'll inhale all the way up to the sky and exhale down onto our chair. And just be mindful of the back. Make sure the back's lying. So if you're like me, my bottom's slightly sticking out at the moment, you can just tuck that under. Doesn't need to be right under. Just find some middle ground there. So you've got 3 breaths there. Thinking about the weight of the feet. Can you maybe bring the weight back a little bit so you can play piano with the toes? And when you've completed the 3rd breath, we'll inhale all the way up to the sky. And bring that back to centre. Well done, everyone. Completed the standing positions. We'll make our way down to the mat now, whichever way's right for you. We're going to come into a lovely butterfly pose here. So butterfly pose, softening through the hips, shoulders, length through the spine, closing the eyes. And you can start to use a similar breath, the tree root breath, inhaling up the lightness, up towards the branches and the leaves, and exhaling down through the spine into the base of the spine, rooting down into the earth. If you found any more softness in the hips, or you found that you're holding yourself in any particular way, just try to gently release that and find that opening of the hips. Beautiful. We've got one last breath here. And then we've completed. You can open the eyes, and we will bring the knees back together, and we're going to go straight into our bridge pose. So I'll demonstrate bridge pose from the side. We can all work with this, but if you're not sure, please don't turn the head whilst you're in the position. So keeping the head neutral. So when you come down into bridge pose, make your way down, vertebrae by vertebrae, meeting the earth, bringing the heels towards the bottom, angel wings of the back to the mat, and then we're going to start pushing through both feet into the earth. So all 4 corners of the feet pushing down into the earth, and feeling that super light, the lift, and then gradually let that go. This time we push through both feet into the earth, and we continue to lift up the pelvis and continue until you meet your furthest point. And you're welcome to stay here for maybe 3 to 5 breaths, or if you'd like to come down and then go back up, please make your choice. So you're welcome to keep the hands flat to the mat. You can engage the triceps here at the same time, an added stretch. If you feel the knees are out to the side, then bring them in, or even have a block or ball between the knees, like a football-sized ball. Even breaths. When you are ready to come down, just coming down, same as we came down before, vertebrae by vertebrae, gently meeting the mat until the tailbone is the last point that meets the mat. From here, we'll bring the arms wide and we'll work into a supine twist of your choice. So whether you just want to allow the knees to drop to the side and then the head makes its way to the opposite side. And we'll surrender here. Even breaths. And maybe even consider elongating the exhale here. Just have a little scan through the body. Are you holding any tension that doesn't need to be? When can you let go? We've got 3 more breaths here. Really enjoy this opportunity to surrender down. When you have completed those 3 breaths, you'll bring the knees back through centre, the head back through centre at the same time. And maybe realign yourself here. And then we'll drop the knees down to the opposite side. And you can take the head to the opposite side. And we've got a strimmer that's joined us for the rest of our session. Got about 3 breaths here. Remember, we're trying to elongate the exhale. When you've completed that 3rd breath, we'll bring the knees back through centre, head through centre, and now it's your lovely opportunity to come into a Shavasana position, the most comfortable position for you. If you're at home and you've got blankets, maybe you might want to just pause for a moment, get your blankets. If you've got an eye pillow or something to cover the eyes, we'll just take a few moments here. Feeling the weight of the body on the mat. Letting go of any control over the muscles or the bones. Letting go of any control over the skin and everything within. Releasing control of the breath now. So allowing the breath to be in its own natural state. Every time the mind starts to wander, take yourself back to that expansion at the belly on the inhale And the dropping down of the belly on the exhale. So noticing any subtleness here, any subtle shifts in the body. Softness in the jaw, softness in the chest and belly, softness in the hips and knees, softness in the hands and feet. So you're welcome to stay here in the Shavasana position. I'm just going to be making my way up now, but if you'd like to pause the video and continue in your relaxation, in your meditation, then please do. If you're coming up with me, I'm just going to roll over to the side, taking a moment to adjust. So make my way up from that lovely relaxation into seated position once more where I began. And now's a lovely opportunity to just check where I am from where I began. The breath, the mind, the body. Bring the palms together now. Anjali Mudra, bowing the forehead towards the fingertips. A moment of gratitude for sharing this practice. And then we can flutter the eyes open once more. Thank you so much for joining on this session. I hope you've enjoyed it. Please share it if you'd like to. Anyone that might be interested. And yeah, well done. Your first sequence on the beginner's course. Look forward to seeing you soon. Bye.